Hey YouTube, it's Brandon with Felty's Aquaria. I just wanted to let you guys check out the paludarium. I know Cedric asked me about it. It's a little cloudy right now just because I just took a sponge and cleaned all this stuff off. So or tried to clean this stuff off. It's like some silicone. I'll just have to scratch it off with my fingernails or something probably. It'll come off. It'll just be annoying like that. But there's not too much of it left. You can really only see it when you get super close up. I'll get that cleaned off here soon. I decided what I'm going to do, long term here. So, okay. You guys know I got my canister filter over here. I don't know, I'm pretty sure I told everybody about how I had a little mishap with that. I flooded the floor a little bit, and it was just not ideal. So that mishap was my fault. That is definitely a thing. But I am going to elect to go ahead and get rid of the canister filter, and I'm going to make a sump. So that's kind of why it's been taking me so long. I've just been doing that project too. Plus I've been making a bed frame, but my bed frame's almost done. But it's not hard, it's just a little bit time consuming making the plans for some of this stuff and like doing the research and figuring out exactly what I'm going to do. So that's usually why I have such a big lag. And I'm kind of OCD and a perfectionist, so yeah. But I did throw some new plants in here. I did figure out, I just wanted to see if those other plants are going to grow, the ones that I threw in, but I think what happened is I had them sitting in those things for way too long. The Java ferns are doing good, and these plants up here are doing good, or at least pretty good. Oh, that air plant fell over. I need to go up there and fix that, push it back in its little spot. But, yeah, I got some creeping fig growing on the sides now that I pinned up. Those ones on the back are not pinned up, that's why one of them fell down, but I will fix that. It should eventually just root to that, and if it doesn't, then what I'll do is I'll put it on the wood, and it should definitely root up the wood. But I think it should root up that back wall too, because that back wall is just silicone and a bunch of cocoa fiber. There should be enough cocoa fiber on there that it'll like hold on to it. But yeah, it looks like most of my littler crypts died. Which I kind of expected because I just covered them up with sand. We'll see if they come back out, like if they still grow, I'm completely fine with that. But I'm gonna definitely buy some more, some Cryptolucens, and I like those. They only get about 3 to 5 inches or so, somewhere around like here. Yeah, so they'll give you guys a good view. I'll plant a lot of those throughout here in the front. And then I'll have the nice big Java ferns in the back. And if none of my big crypts grow back, which I'm assuming the big crypts should definitely grow back, especially that one back there. You can kind of still see it's got like some melted remnants there. That one I planted far enough up that there's no way I choked its crown out. The other ones, like the little ones, I understand why they died. So the big ones shouldn't. The big ones should be okay. They should come back, I think. But if they don't, I have a bunch of big crypts in other tanks, and crypts grow new plants. They grow pretty slow, but they grow. I have a bunch of new crypts out there. If I really wanted to, I could bring some in here at any time if I really wanted to. But I just want the Lucens for now, and we'll just see if the other ones grow. And I mean, guys, 1 second though. This is like my pride and joy right here. I mean, I haven't fixed that thing yet because I wasn't sure how the flow is gonna be. Because when I switch to the sump, the flow's it's going to definitely go up by a little bit. But it just looks so good. Like, I think that looks amazing. Like a waterfall I would see in nature almost, But probably all I'm going to do to finish that off, so you guys know exactly what I'm going to have going on. So what's going to happen, this moss will eventually take off and start growing good again. Like, it's probably already growing a little bit, but once it hits like its stride, it'll really be growing fast. And then all I'll do is I'll have the crypts planted down through here. I'm going to take the moss, I'm just going to trim it to where it's like super short, but it's still stuck everywhere. So it almost carpets moss, and there'll just be moss growing on most of that rock. And probably some moss up through in there if I can get it to grow. I think it'll grow up in there even with the water flow like that. And then I'll just have to keep it clear. But I want it to grow up through there, so it kind of covers that. And then this creeping fig will kind of cover the rest of it. You won't even see that aquarium wall there. All you'll see is like a wall of creeping fig with brown behind it. Back there, all you'll see is that brown back there, and I might have creeping fig climbing up there. And I'm going to put... So one of my air plants is making babies. So I'm not going to put it in here, but the one that's not making babies, I might go ahead and put it right there. I kind of feel like it'd look really, really good, like right on this little point somewhere. And that rope will give it, because the rope's there and the wood, it'll give it like a little like crevice almost. And then I just have to kind of like tie it off to it with some wire or something, and eventually it'll like root down into that crevice a little bit. Yeah. So that's probably what I'm gonna do with that. Get those creeping figs back there to grow. The only creeping fig I don't have in here yet is it's like this one, but it's like more variegated. It's got like yellows and whites in the leaves instead of just the white and green. And what I'm gonna do is, it's not grown out very good yet. The other ones came way bigger, so I just used more of them. I used more of the green one than anything else, but there's definitely a little bit of the variegated in there to give it some flair. And then I'll put in the other one that has the yellow and white variegation later to kind of break it up, like in between. So like there, and maybe like right there, maybe like one right up there somewhere, and one over there. Probably just put a green one somewhere in there. But yeah, it should break up the landscape. This stuff hasn't really started growing in yet. That one air plant, so I think I had my water level just up a tad bit too high, and it killed the root system of it initially, but the top part of those just kind of like comes off and like becomes a new plant. So I'm thinking it's gonna be okay, I hope. The fern looks like it's doing good. The crypt back there, I seen it the other day, and its leaves look like they were actually growing maybe. Yeah, see, this is at least a part of the crypt leaf. I think that's a Java fern leaf. They're kind of just all packed back down in there, but I'm just hoping that, you know, something will grow. And the moss is doing really good. This little patch of moss was basically already dead when we put it in here. But if you look, there's some pieces that look like they're starting to turn green again. So I'm thinking it's going to grow back. And so yeah, this thing should end up looking pretty nice long term. All the crypt parva planted down low, and all the Ficus pumila, the creeping fig, going in the top. I'm trying to just position this guy to where he can get a good grip back here. There we go. That should be good. There's the only other way I could really affix those to the back is hot gluing them, and that cocoa core falls off a little bit. It won't fall off all the way, but I still never got like all of it off of there, so it will periodically fall in, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, we need to get that sump in here though, guys. So I got the crypt parva on the way, or the crypt lucens on the way. Get those in. I'll get that air plant in, which that I might just go ahead and do today because I have that already. I've just been trying to grow those other plants. Then I will do the sump. The sump I will do a video on. I'm going to do it like the King of DIY. I don't know if you've ever seen that. But pretty good sump idea, and it's really, really, really easy to do. But yeah, this is basically what the tank looks like. I cleaned it up a little bit on the front, just a little bit, that way you guys could see it a little bit better. I got those blue shrimp. I don't know if I've actually showed you guys the blue shrimp, so we'll go give those a little check too. But what's gonna go in here is nebula steel guppies. I don't know if you guys know what nebula steel guppies are or not, but I'll send Cedric a picture. Cedric, I'll hit you up on Facebook, send you a picture of the guppies I'm gonna get. They're beautiful. I really hope that they are long-lived guppies and they survive really good. I'm gonna buy them off Aquabid from whoever has the best reviews on there, because that's basically the only place you can find them. You really can't find them anywhere else. They're really rare. Maybe not even really rare, but just they're rare for like selling online and stuff. Yeah, Java Fern's doing good. We'll get Crips in, break up that color a little bit with some reds. All the nice greens in the front. We'll get moss to grow on all this. Really, the thing with me, guys, is like most of my tanks are just super mature. I just let the tank mature out. Like nothing against anybody who gets them going quick. Like Serpa Design, he puts together his projects lickety split, but he acts like he puts them together lickety split, but his channel is more of a he shows you how to do it in steps and everything. So other than that big ball of algae right there in this tank, the snails have taken care of all the algae. Oh, you guys want to see what the frogs do? I mean, they literally do this all day long, all the time right now. The male is constantly, my other frog, I know I told you guys he got out. So I sealed this thing up really good. I took a Tupperware lid and put it across there. There's only a gap big enough for a cherry shrimp to get out. But somehow that frog is gone. I checked the tank for his body, and I had seen him a few days before that. So I don't know if one of these, if he died and then they ate him or something, but I'm pretty sure just when these two started breeding, they didn't want him in the tank. So yeah, I'm thinking my other frog died. So that is very unfortunate. I tried to go ahead and look for the body, because I was pretty sad about it. Because he got out of the tank and crawled through the dust bunnies in the corner of my room, crawled all the way to the living room, and I put him back in the tank, and he was still in here for a week and a half. And I checked him every day, he was still here. So I was just dang, I can't believe that he actually did die. So I don't know if he did go ahead and just die of not natural causes, but from all the stuff that he crawled through. He got a secondary infection or something. But yeah, these two are doing pretty good though, I believe. And this is pretty much what they do all day now that they're the only things in the tank other than shrimp and snails. And the snails have really cleaned up their algae problem. Other than that, I think I just can't keep Java Moss with these frogs. I think it's too much of a magnet for stuff. You'd have to really control their feeding to have Java Moss do good in here, I think, because it just attracts algae. You can see anywhere there's Java Moss in here, there's string algae or hair algae or whatever you want to call it on there. So yeah, but the frogs are doing good. They just breed constantly, so hopefully, I think that they said online that shrimp shouldn't eat the babies, but maybe the adults do. I don't know. It's been a while since I read about it, but yeah, I got 3 snails in here now, so they'll probably would eat any eggs if they deposit eggs. But I'm thinking that they don't give live birth, but they do something, right? I don't know. Anyway, nevertheless, I'll look it up and we'll figure that out later, guys. But these guys definitely breed all the time. I'll go check out the 40-gallon and the shrimp now. I'm just going to get a drink off my Red Bull first. Yeah, I thought you guys would like this shot, though. I usually never catch them when they're doing this. Look how cool they look. Yeah, those are some aged frogs. They got all the bumps on them and stuff. What's this guy got? Yellow on him. I think that's actually on the glass. I think that's a Nerite egg. I think that's on the glass, not on him. So, okay, guys. Let's see. Let's see what we got out here. So sorry about got Got a little bit of a mess out here. I cleaned it up, but it's getting messy again. I had to go stay with my girlfriend a couple nights because she's house sitting, and you know, she's gonna see this and be like, "Don't tell everybody that I made you come see me. You wanted to, motherfucker." Look at this. Look how much bigger these bristlenose are now. We were thinking about going to sell them. Oh yeah, look at this guy. I've been really cranking him with food. Look, he's bigger than that shrimp. I mean, that shrimp's not. That's like a max size male shrimp right there. It's not a max size female, but it's still. That bristlenose is pretty big. And look at this color. Let's see if I can get it to focus really good. Yeah, look at that. He looks really good. Oh, there's a little one. There's a couple more big ones back there. Yeah, there's some of them are getting really big, man. There's my Japanese trapdoor snail in the back that I can never find in here. He's always hiding. But I got him in here. I think I'm gonna buy some more Japanese trapdoor snails too. If I can find them on Aquabid, maybe I'll buy them on there. I don't know. Aquahuna did a pretty good job. Maybe I should just go ahead and stick with them. Here's the other trapdoor snail. Then all the other ones are outside. Yeah, so pond snails are going wild in this tank, mostly because it's not even overfeeding so much as there was just a bunch of stuff in this gravel already. And yeah, the pond snails went wild after they got introduced. So let's see how many we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the filter back there. I think I don't think it was 20 of them. Was it like 15 or something like that? Oh, here's one more. Some of them were a little small, and I would wager a chunk of them are sitting inside of the that thing right there. Ooh, what is that? That's a crypt growing back there. You see that one that's growing low? It's got like some really good brown to it. If I end up needing a big crypt for the other tank, I'll probably take it. Yeah, it looks like that, but like even more. It's got even more of that crazy color that the crypts get. Look at all the little baby ones growing in here. Yeah, so I'm not wanting for crypts, guys. It doesn't really matter. Those other ones died. It's almost like a fertilizer in that tank now. All the root systems will die down there, and there's not really enough circulation in there to like stir it up either. So it'll just stay down in the substrate. That's part of another reason I want the sump on there. Yep, I don't really see any more shrimp so far. So it looks like I got like 9 of them so far that I counted. Yeah, that's still pretty good. Yeah, some of these I'm not sure. Some of these I thought were, or at least a couple, were baby trapdoor snails. But I'm not sure which ones are which, so we're just gonna wait. And when they get older, I will take the trapdoor snails and keep them probably. So, just a bunch of baby bristlenose in here. Here's the big one. Look at the rainbows. Are like, bro, you're home. You're supposed to give us food. They're really schooled up right there, guys. Look at that. Here, give you guys the full view of the tank now. There's a bamboo shrimp under there. Oh, there's a big bristlenose on the back wall. Look at that guy. He's pretty good size. Isn't he right? trying to see if I can see the big guy. His hole's not dug out right now, so he must just be not breeding right now or something. I don't know. Hopefully he didn't die. I'd be really, really sad about that. Yeah, but that's the tank, guys. Probably give these guys some food here in a second, put them in a little feeding frenzy, and get taken care of all my plant stuff. I'll holler at you guys when the paludarium's done. I'm gonna order the Nebula Steel Guppies today. The crypts are on the way. I'm gonna put all the crypts in there, then put all the blue shrimp in there, or almost all the blue shrimp. I might leave a few in here, just in case. But then I'll grab some Nebula Steel Guppies, put those in. They should probably come pretty small, so they shouldn't mess up the shrimp. And then I probably need to wait like, I don't know guys, maybe like a month and a half, 2 months. It might be a little while before I get the newt, just because I want to let the shrimp grow out, so that, and the guppies grow out. Probably the first time the guppies have babies, like once the guppies actually have some babies in there, I'll be like, okay, I gotta get the newt now, because otherwise they're gonna overpopulate. But I don't want to get them before they've got to the point where they could breed, because otherwise he might just eat them because there's not enough, other stuff going on in the tank. I'm not even sure that they're big hunters like that, but if they're not, I'll just end up with a freak ton of guppies. I'll do something with them. But yeah, guys, that's all. I'm done now. Sorry about taking up so much time in your day today with 2 videos, but yeah, probably do a Red Dead video tonight on my other channel, and yeah, get all the channels back up to date, guys. Speaking of up to date, big fish is gone. This tank is mostly drained. I'm going to take all this gravel, since it's just like a hodgepodge, not something that I would normally use in my tanks. I'm probably just gonna throw it in my yard. And then, honestly, so there's these big holes in my yard from where my dog used to dig them out. So I filled them up with like some big rocks, but now I could put these in there. It'll fill like the little cracks, and then I might just put like a bag of soil on there and see if I get some grass to grow there or something, So yeah. And once anything digs through that soil and starts digging into this, they're gonna be like, oh, I don't want to dig into that. Nothing really wants to dig into rock, for the most part. Yeah. So that tank is going to be rehomed. Get that out of the way. We won't be needing that. I'm gonna buy a new glass top for it if I do use it. It's not gonna be in use for a while though. So I'm going to take it, and I'm probably just going to put it right here. You literally use it for some storage. I can put some stuff inside of it, like maybe that wood would fit in there. That's like some cork wood. And the 20 gallon is going to be the Crested Gecko tank. This I might end up using as a Leopard Gecko tank eventually, but right now I'm just not sure that I want to get involved in that project yet. I'm going to get the Crested first, or it's actually a Gargoyle Gecko, but they're pretty similar to Crested, so I just pretty much usually just say Crested, because people know what a Crested Gecko is. Most people don't know what Gargoyle Geckos are. They're dope. But yeah, if you want to look up what I'm going to put in that 20 gallon, I am going to, well, it needs cleaned out first, but it's mostly ready to go. I just kind of let the water dry, and there was a little bit of like, this is like not even like really substrate, it's just like soot almost. But rinse that guy out in the yard, pour it all out, and then I'm gonna spray paint the bottom black, set it up, and we're gonna set it up like this in my brother's room. And what we'll do, we'll have some glass here, and we'll silicone this around that glass so that the bottom can hold a false bottom. It'll hold like some clay pebbles or whatever. And then we will have, I'm going to buy a kit that does it. You'll have like glass that goes all the way up here, and it'll be like a door. I can't remember if it opens just one way or if it opens for the middle, but it is a door, basically. And then that way it makes it super easy access to get into the tank. And then the top is like a screen, so this will let your air out. So then it'll naturally, without you having a fan or anything, it'll naturally have an airflow to where, you know, humid air will rise basically from the warmth of the bottom, from the top, and come out. And yeah, it'll escape through that screen. And then usually what people do on a crested gecko tank or a gargoyle gecko tank is, instead of putting the heating mat underneath there, well, actually you could do it on there, but he's going to want to be in the trees most of the time anyway. Most people put it on the side. That way it makes like a temperature gradient. So like one side of the tank will be warm and then it goes like slowly cold. But I guess I could do the same thing if I just put the heating pad underneath. Or maybe I put it from the top. I'm not sure. No, that wouldn't make sense because heat's going to rise. But if I put the heating pad underneath, maybe it would rise and then he would be like, okay, I don't want to be here. It's too warm, but I'll just stand up here. And then when he wants to be warm, it'll come down. Maybe that'll work. I'll figure all that out. Yeah, it's going to get set up like this. And then I'm going to get a bigger piece of apple wood, like a sturdier piece like this. And I'm going to, after I make my false bottom and everything, it's going to be a little bit difficult, but it should work. Basically, I'm going to try to put that piece to where it goes up the whole length of the tank. If I can't do that, then I'll just take a small piece and silicone it to here, and then a small piece and silicone it to here, and silicone it to there, and silicone it to there. And then eventually you'll end up with like a step ladder of wood. But the other idea that I had is like going with just like one big piece that's like nice and thick that comes up all the way and siliconing it to the bottom. But we'll just see how I have to do it with the false bottom. I might have to silicone it to the side or something like that. And then I'll have the back, the bottom, but it's going to be the back painted black, and maybe also the sides. Yeah, and that'll be the Cresty Gecko tank with a bunch of plants. And the plant that I number one want to put in here this strawberry begonia. Sorry, this LED shows up weird, so you guys aren't gonna be able to see it very good, but we'll see if I can at least kind of get you. Yeah, see? This strawberry begonia, I really want that to go in there. I'll also put that, like some pilea and some crypt or whatever, but that guy, that thing would be beautiful in there, just growing up in the middle. Basil. Hen and chick back there. That's a gold nugget hen and chick back there. It looks really good. Really pretty. Yeah, guys, so that's all for my video. Sorry it's so long. I will have fun uploading this. It's going to take forever.